Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I didn't block her. I didn't send a last text. I didn't slam doors or shout. I just walked away. Because when your heart grows tired of fighting for someone who refuses to fight for you, closure isn't what you seek. You seek peace. And I chose peace over pain, not because I stopped loving her but because I finally began loving myself. I assumed she had moved on. That she had replaced me. That my absence barely registered. Until one night I found her standing outside my door, soaked, silent, holding all the things I thought she had discarded. Ours wasn't a whirlwind love. It was slow and steady, built on late-night conversations and the quiet rhythm of ordinary life. Grocery trips where we remembered each other's favorite cereal, the kind of love that grew through familiarity and shared secrets. She knew everything, my fears, my past, how I held my breath before breaking, but somehow it wasn't enough. Her distance came gradually. First a silence, then a coldness, then the sinking feeling that I was the only one showing up in a relationship that was meant to be a partnership. When I asked what had changed, she just shrugged, "I don't know." And that is the kind of answer that cuts the deepest. Not rage, not tears, but simple indifference. So I left. I didn't plead. I didn't beg. I didn't give her another chance to feed me fragments and call it love. I packed my things, left the key on the counter, and with each step away the weight of pain loosened. I reminded myself that being alone in peace was better than being next to someone who made me feel lonely. The weeks afterward were quiet but not easy. Mornings with coffee and books, walks with no one waiting for explanations. Small pieces of life I had neglected. But peace isn't something that happens overnight. It's a choice you make every single day over and over, whenever your heart aches for what hurt it. And then one night, everything shifted. Rain tapped against my window as I brewed tea, trying to quiet the noise of my own thoughts. There was a knock at the door, soft, unassuming. Expecting a neighbor or a delivery, I opened it. There she was. Soaked. Exhausted. Eyes red and sleepless. In her hands she carried a small box filled with fragments of our past. A key, a crumpled concert ticket, a note I had written on her birthday, a photo of us laughing, the kind of laugh you can't fake. "I didn't come for anything," she whispered. "I just didn't know where else to go." I stepped aside, letting her in. She walked slowly, cautiously, like someone returning to a place that once felt like home but now felt foreign. Silence stretched between us, then she finally spoke. "I didn't replace you." "I thought you did," I said. "I tried," she murmured. "I tried to fill the space you left but nothing worked. No one felt like home. I didn't realize how loud it was without you until you were gone." I looked at her. Not the image my mind had created after I left. Not the villain or the ghost, but her real, regretful human. "I hurt you," she admitted. "Not by what I did but by what I stopped doing. I stopped showing up. I stopped trying. And by the time I realized it, you were gone." Tears welled in her eyes. "I wouldn't have stayed either," she whispered, and then reached into her jacket to pull out a letter. "I wrote this the night you left," she said, placing it on the table. "I never sent it. I didn't think I deserved to. I don't expect forgiveness. I just needed you to know I never stopped loving you. I just forgot how to show it." I didn't speak. I didn't move. I just listened. She stood slowly. "I'll go now. I'm sorry." She paused at the door, then added, "Even if we never speak again, thank you for choosing peace." It reminded me of what I lost when I stopped choosing us. And she left. I didn't chase her, not because I didn't care but because some moments are meant to sit in your chest, waiting for you to understand them. Hours later I read the letter. Every word felt like a bruise I hadn't known was still healing. She wrote about fear, guilt, and self-sabotage. At the end she wrote, "If peace is what you found, I hope I never disturb it. But if there's a part of you that remembers what we had, I'll be waiting, not to fix it all, just to be real this time. I don't know what happens next. I don't know if I'll ever open that door again. I don't know if peace and love can coexist in the same space. But I do know this. Sometimes the people who hurt you return carrying the pieces they didn't realize they dropped. And it's up to you to decide whether picking them up brings healing or pain. If this story finds you in a quiet moment, share it. Tell me, have you ever chosen peace over pain? And if the one who left returned holding what they thought they'd lost, what would you do? Because sometimes love doesn't end. It just goes silent until it finds the courage to speak. Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers.